You are listening to the Albany State University Political Science Podcast with your host, Dr. Matthew Collins. The topic of this episode is how to write a social science research paper. Part 8, Conclusion and Reference List. In this course, and in most social science courses across the future of your academic career, you will be using APA, American Psychological Association, Citation, Form, and Style. Make use of the Writing Center at Albany State University. The Writing Center will help you perfect your APA citations, both in text, direct quotes verbatim, as well as those in your own words, paraphrase indirect quotes, citations, as well as your end of your final research paper reference list. Be the student that asks why. Invest in yourself. You can do this work. Conclusion. A research paper's conclusion section is the final part of the paper, where the author summarizes the key findings of their study, reiterates the main points, explains the significance of their research, and often suggests directions for future research, essentially tying together the entirety of the research paper and highlighting the research paper's implications for the field of study. Key points about a research paper conclusion. Summarizes key findings. Briefly restate the most important results and conclusions drawn from the research. Addresses significance. Explain why the research matters and how it contributes to the broader field of study. Discusses implications. Explore the practical applications and implications, potential impact of the findings. May mention limitations. Acknowledge any potential limitations of the study. Calls for future research. Identify areas where further investigation is needed based on the current findings. What not to do. Don't introduce new information. Instead, your conclusion should restate your main points and provide closure. You may also offer suggestions on how your research can be expanded or improved. Do mention the limitations of your study and the implications of these limitations, if not already addressed in the discussion section of your paper. Reference list. Remember, you will be using APA citation form and style for both your in-text citations as well as your reference list. Both of these are contained within your final research paper assignment submission. A research paper reference list is a compiled list of all sources cited within the paper, providing complete bibliographic information for each source so readers can easily locate and access them. It is typically placed at the end of the paper and formatted according to a specific citation style like APA or MLA. We are using APA, with each entry usually listed alphabetically by the author's last name. Key points about a reference list. Only cited sources. A reference list only includes sources that were directly mentioned and cited within the paper, unlike a bibliography, which may include additional sources consulted during research but not cited in the text. Detailed information. Each entry in the reference list should provide full publication details like author or authors, name, publication year, title, publisher, volume, page numbers, and other relevant online access information. Alphabetical order. Usually, reference list entries are arranged alphabetically by the author's last name. Citation style compliance. The formatting of each reference entry must follow the specific citation style required by the academic discipline or publication. We, again, are using APA, American Psychological Association, form and style. Please get started early this week on your weekly readings, discussions, assignments, or anything else that you can do to be proactive in your academic courses. Be the student that asks why. Invest in yourself. You can do this work. Looking back, you will see that your self-investment was the best thing you ever did, not only for yourself, but for your family, friends, community, nation, world, and universe as well. Thank you for listening to the Albany State University Political Science Podcast with your host, Dr. Matthew Collins. The topic of this episode has been how to write a social science research paper, Part 8, Conclusion and Reference List.